Unit 3 Graph Writing April 6th Basic Sample This bar graph shows what high school students spend their money on. It doesn't include meals, clothing, or transportation to and from school. The graph shows that around 50% of both boys and girls spend lots of money on drinks and snacks. The next most popular items are books and stationery. However, according to the graph, 43% of girls said this was one of the main things they spent money on. By contrast, only 23% of boys said this. On the other hand, only 2% of girls said they spent a lot of money on video games, while 12% of boys said they did. Personally, I try not to spend too much on snacks and drinks. I prefer to save my money for school things or activities I can enjoy with my friends. These include traveling on weekends and going to the KTV. I think these are more meaningful than a cup of bubble tea. Advanced Sample. This bar graph displays the major categories of expenses paid by high school students. In the survey, each student could select 3 categories, but excluded their meal, clothing, and transportation costs from their answers. According to the chart, approximately half of both boys and girls said that snacks and beverages were one of their major expenses. Many students also rated books and stationery as a significant expense, but there was divergence between the genders. 43% of girls classified books and stationery as a big drain on their financial resources, whereas only 23% of boys did. Meanwhile, 12% of boys forked out a lot of money on video games, while only 2% of girls did. Other categories of expenses include travel costs, as well as forms of entertainment like movies and KTV. I will guiltily hold my hand up as one of the majority. I do spend a good chunk of my allowance on snacks and drinks. I often need a bit of extra food and sugar to keep my energy levels up as I go from my regular classes to my cram school classes. I think it's strange that so few girls spend their money on video games, though. Most of my friends and I play them, and we use real money to buy in-game rewards. Maybe we're in the minority, but after class, it's nice to unwind by playing games on my phone as I take the MRT home. It's treats like snacks, drinks, and games that make the long school days bearable.